300 comment emails. It's just unbelievable. She was up till 3 o'clock in the morning trying to help people. We decided, Roger, we're just going to let fly. We're going to do this live and answer people's questions in lifetime. Roger, what made yesterday so incredible?
Well, I think the fact that bringing together a business model where, again, you don't really need any expertise, no products, you know, a lot of that stuff is hard for some people, you know, having the right products, having the right type of thing. So I think this was really exciting just because, again, there is a way to make this business work, and we're about to show you how to do that.
Roger, just encapsulate before we do get started in 23 seconds flat. What is today all about? What are people going to learn in the next 65, 70 minutes?
Yeah, we're going to share with you guys, I guess, one of the business models that's been working really well for us, something that I think is, you know, we've never really shared with our group, and we're going to open up our business and show you what we've done. So again, we dived into a market that we knew nothing about, and we're going to show you how with no expertise, no list, no nothing, we were able to build a 7-figure business and generate massive amounts of leads and traffic. So I'm excited to get into this. Absolutely.
All right, guys, if you are ready, you've literally have removed all of the distractions, and you've closed the door. Your email has been turned off. You are focused on us and interacting with us. Michal is here. Mike is here in the room. Famous Mike Zoom Aaron. He's getting a little bit of stage fright because he's not on Zoom. He's on GoToWebinar. It's not his natural habitat. But we have migrated Mike from Zoom to GoToWebinar here today as well. So we're all here. The dream team is here answering your questions, taking care of you every step of the way. So if you guys are ready, just give me a big yes in the chat box. Brett, if you can hand the screen to me, I'd very much appreciate it. And hopefully, Roger, you should be able to see my full screen. If you could just confirm to me that that is the case.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right, let me just close. I've got, oh, here we go. Let's just get started. Just got to move the arrows everywhere. I've got a load of people here. This is strange. For some reason, my screen is showing on both screens. So let me just give me 1 second, guys, whilst I just get rid of this gremlin. You know what? Let me just take care of it. I'm just going to take this down. All right, guys, let's get into this right away. We're going to share with you how on earth we were able to build a 7-figure business in an area, in a niche we know absolutely nothing about. And most importantly, how you can replicate this entire process yourself. So we're going to go through this step by step with some extra stuff from yesterday as well. So this, as you can probably tell, is a shovel. And the question is, what on earth does that shovel have to do with being able to build a quick fire 7-figure online business from scratch? And I'm talking about, and I'm presuming that you have no marketing assets whatsoever. I'm presuming that whatever market you want to go into, you're not an expert in that market. I'm going to presume you don't have a list. I'm going to presume you don't have any sales yet, any clients, you haven't made any profits. We're going in completely from scratch. And we're presuming that you'd like to build a quick fire business that, despite the fact that you probably have limited online experience. Now, I know some of you have got a lot of online experience, but I'm presuming that you have no traction in your business whatsoever, and you would like to get fast traction. We're going to open up to you part of our business, and we're going to show you how in one of our businesses, we built a list of tens of thousands of people making 7 figures of direct sales and another set of 7 figures of indirect sales, how we can max out webinars because of the communities we have built, and how you can crush the competition in any market you choose to enter. And I want you to start thinking, and I want you to start imagining which market you want to get into. And during the course of today, I want each and every one of you, you don't have to do it right now, to come up with their dream market. And I'm going to show you how to turn that into a reality. Again, with no knowledge, you don't need to be an expert in that market. You don't have to have any marketing assets to your name. We're not going to take a single gamble, and we're not going to have a hassle. We're going to do this step by step in a way that's going to blow you away with its simplicity. Absolutely dead simple. And here's an example of just one of our niches that we've gone into. One small niche that we've gone into that we didn't know anything, we still don't know very much about. We made over $1.322 million in sales, had 2,400 plus buyers. leads of 75,000 hyper engaged leads that have combined to make us further 7 figures in additional sales, all complete from scratch with no marketing assets whatsoever. Guys, if you'd like to emulate that, just let me know in the chat box. And the beauty of this is that we've done this again and again and again, but not only us, we've helped other members as well who've reached out to us, and we've helped them to do the same thing. So we've decided for the first time, we're going to open up and allow you to copy, deploy, and replicate exactly what we have done. Also, I'm going to go into a brand new market in front of your eyes, so you could just take this and apply it in any market that you want right now. So guys, just give me a big yes in the chat box. I'm going to wait here. We got hundreds of people on the line for this live encore. We're here live right now. Who here would love to be able to build a quick fire 6-7 figure business in any particular market, whether you've got a passion or you just want to go and make money fast, even you have zero expertise, marketing assets, or previous experiences? I'm going to wait here for 500 yeses. Okay, Roger.
The screen is not changing there.
All right, I'm glad you spotted that, Roger. I was just testing you. I'm sorry. Now it should be switching now. All right, it was on pause for some reason. All right, everyone's going bonkers. Let's get into this, guys. I briefly yesterday described my story, and I'm just going to do this very briefly now. Last time, when I said this yesterday, it was pretty painful, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. But I can tell you that at 2007, I was over $100,000 in debt. I couldn't pay for my mortgage. I was about to lose my house. The big guys from the banks came in and wanted to start repossessing our possessions. It was a hideous, horrible situation. And this is almost as bad as when I was saying it yesterday. I feel terrible about this because it brings back so many bad memories. And I was in such a desperate situation. I needed to find a way to get out of that mess. But here was the problem that I had. I tried everything, guys. I'll be honest with you. I tried SEO. I tried AdWords. I tried affiliate marketing. I tried I tried absolutely everything. I couldn't get any traction. And then I realized what my issue was. I was trying to learn a skill. But the problem with that is it's great trying to learn a skill, like you go to university to learn a skill, but I needed to get results fast. I could not waste time trying to get traction. So here I was desperately trying, getting loans from other people in order to invest in trying to build a business, getting absolutely nowhere. And then something happened that changed absolutely everything. You see, I reached out to tens and tens of marketing and business experts online. And I simply told them my predicament, my situation, and asked them to help me to give me advice to build my very first business, a successful business online. As you can imagine, no one responded apart from one guy. And that one guy, you may know him. Guys, give me a big me in the chat box if you know the legend, Jay Conrad Levinson. Heard of Jay Conrad Levinson? The guy that sold tens of millions of guerrilla marketing books. The guy that was one of the founders of Tony the Tiger, the Pillsboro Boys, the Pillsboro Boy, and other marketing legend pieces. This is a guy, he actually responded to me, believe it or not. And he gave me some advice that I have not forgotten to this very day. And I want this to enter into your heart. It was a marketing truth of 200 years old marketing truth that was as accurate and was as true 200 years ago as it is today. And if you understand this one idea, you literally can build a quick fire 6- and 7-figure business like I did. I can tell you, months, just a couple of months, in fact, 6 or 7, 8 weeks after I had this truth from Jay, I went and started to apply it. I had my first online success. Within 2 weeks, I had met Roger, and within another month, we'd had our first 6-figure business already in place that went on to make 6 figures every single month and become a 7-figure business. What was that truth? So this part we did mention yesterday. It's an ancient truth. And I'm going to take you back 200 years. You see that picture, guys? Do you recognize what that is from? It's from the Californian gold rush of 1848. There was a 7-year gold rush in California. The news that there was gold to be dug for brought 300,000 people to California, not just from the United States, but from the entire world. And what's incredible is that this influx of people coming to dig for gold completely reinvigorated the American economy. It changed America for good. But what's even more incredible is that it happened without the vast majority, almost none of those diggers made any sort of money. The truth is, hundreds of people, as a result of that dig for gold, changed their lives for good. They had success, they found gold, but almost everyone else failed. So here is the multi-million-dollar question. If you can answer this, you are made. And I want you to understand this good. Who were the only ones guaranteed to win during the Californian gold rush? Was it the gold diggers? Of course it wasn't. The gold diggers, we all know the vast majority of them failed. So who were the guys that were making the money? The only ones that were guaranteed to make money? It was the guys selling the shovels. If you understand, this is absolute genius. I know it is like, of course, but you're digging for gold. And if you're having a hard time, this is what Jay told me, if you're having a hard time digging and digging and digging and building and trying, and you're just going nonstop and trying to dig for gold, the problem is it's not a guaranteed way of making money. Just being honest, it's not a guaranteed way of making money because obviously not everyone is going to succeed. So what you need to do, and this is the biggest takeaway, and this is something I want you to understand. Digging is amazing. You pick up a skill such as learning how to build an e-commerce site or local marketing or whatever it is, like Roger and I do. Roger's got a hugely successful e-commerce business right now. We've got a hugely successful consulting business and online businesses. Having that skill is amazing for us, but it's not the fastest way to make money online. If you want to make money fast, you need to show others how to. You have to not just try and dig gold yourself, but the fastest way and easiest way to make money is for you to sell the shovels themselves. Guys, give me a big wow in the chat box if you understand this point. I just want to make sure you guys get this. And Roger, I'm not seeing anything here. I'm not seeing any comments. I've got a problem here with my, for some reason, actually,
yeah.
hopefully it's
saying, wow, of course, absolutely. Yeah, people are getting this for sure.
Okay, so let's get into this, guys. If you understand that, I know that is simple, but if you now are getting this, we're going to start to apply this. So the time for you to dig is great. Go dig and make a lot of money. But if you want to make money fast, like now, we're going to start a lot of shovels. Now, the truth is, you can build a multi-million-dollar business if you start selling shovels right now. And the beauty about this is that you don't have to have the expertise, but you do need to stop digging for gold if you want to see that money fast. And let's get into this. See, we've got a formula now that we emulate every single time. We've taught a bunch of our members this formula, every single one of them that we've worked with to generate success has seen how easy this is. So I want you to start imagining this process. I want you to imagine just for a second, because I want you to do an exercise. You've got a community of tens of thousands of people, and you've got sales coming in on a daily basis. Many of them are going to happen on an automated basis without you actually having to do anything. In a niche you may not be an expert in, but it's a niche that you would like to build a business in. I want you to imagine what that feels like. Answer me, be honest for 1 second. Is that a dream type of business? I don't care where your passion is, right? If you are able to make, and you know what, guys, throw out right now, just without thinking, you can change your mind later, a niche that you would like to make money in right now. It could be in parenting. It could be in helping adolescents. It could be helping with relationships. It could be in the money niches. It could be in marketing. It could be in e-com. It could be anywhere that you want. I'm going to sit here for 10 seconds. I want everyone to respond right now because we're going to make this happen today. Let's wait for you guys to respond. So Thomas wants to do it in Canvas. Steve wants to do it with the pets. I can see a lot of people answering now. Again, business owners, pets, insurance, weight loss, says Eric. That's fantastic. Carrie loves relationships. Amazing. You're great at relationships, Carrie. So that's suitable for you. Victoria's at sewing. Health, body, wellness, says Benjamin. Amazing answers. Okay, Georgie, I don't think we're going to go there. Jennifer, anything that will make money. But Jennifer, I want you to start thinking about where you want to make money, because doing this is easy. But what we want to do is change people's lives. Now, we're going to share with you our formula. We've never gone into this detail before. And we're going to open up our business in front of your eyes so you can start copying and deploying this in live time. Lives are going to change here, so hold on to your seats over the coming 40 minutes or so. Now, here's something I want you to understand. What we're going to share with you is basically going to empower you. You're going to be extremely powerful, but with power comes responsibility. You need to commit to 3 rules for me to share this information. I did this yesterday, and we had a few people that said some weird things, and we actually requested that they don't continue. So here are the 3 rules you absolutely need to commit to. Number 1, you will only create products that you know can help your members. Okay, I'm going to show you how you can create a product in 2 hours flat. You don't need to create it, by the way. Other people will. But I'm going to show you how to facilitate the creation of a winning product in 2 hours flat. But you need to make sure, despite the fact this is easy to build, you need to commit that you're only going to provide value to your members, and you're going to have a lot of them when you follow this formula. Number 2, you only are allowed to do this. If you can't commit to this, I recommend you leave right now. In markets, they're going to provide value, and you're not going to do this in markets where there's immodesty or illegal niches, which is why, Georgie, I didn't particularly like the niche you suggested. And number 3, your goal needs to help your community to get results. I don't want you doing this for the money. I want you to help your members get results, because I know one thing. The more you do this to help others, the more money you will make. So guys, if you can just write in the chat box, 1, 2, 3. If you commit to these 3 things, and then I'm going to get into this step by step. I'm waiting here, guys. If you're not writing 1, 2, 3, we're going to have to abort this training. I'm being serious. This is not like some sort of just sort of introduction. I mean it. I want you to understand that this is powerful. With power comes a heck of a lot of responsibility, right? And I know people that have taken similar things and have done this in doing things I just discussed. I don't approve of it, and I don't want, if I'm going to share this with you, other than you're great members, and I know that everyone here would only do this in order to do good in the world. So let's continue. All right. This is where it's going to get interesting for you guys, because what we're going to do is we're going to open up one of our niches. All right. This is just one of our businesses. It's an Amazon business. We're going to use this as a case study so we can show you how you can replicate it. I mean, it's a very simple replication when I share with you exactly what we did. Here is the dead simple formula. Okay, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to show you how to do this every step of the way. We're going to hold your hand, but this is going to be easy. Okay, number 1, you're going to choose a market that you want to make money in. Most of you have already done that. Well done. You already are 15% away to building a 6- or 7-figure business, and you need to choose, obviously, the right market. Number 2, we're going to grab an expert. I'm presuming you're not an expert. Now, if you are an expert, you've got a passion for something, you could be the expert. But if you are not the expert, I'm going to show you how to find them in minutes. And I'm telling you right now that we are going to, if you would like us to basically babysit you and force you to find an expert so you can just get your business up and running, we're going to show you how you can do that as well. Number 3, once you've got an expert, you're going to build a community for pennies. We're going to show you a quick fire way of building a community in a niche that you're in. We're then, number 4, are going to find out. You're almost going to be looking into a crystal ball, and you're going to find out what your community most wants. Listen carefully. You're going to mind read your community. Imagine being able to mind read your community that you're going to build from nothing and know exactly what they want, so that you can get your expert to create it in 2 hours flat. You'll be able to create, and then you're going to tell your community about, voila, here's what you wanted, who would like to go and buy it, and you're going to see very quick traction. That's like a duh moment, because if you know what they want and you just put it in front of them, they're going to jump all over it. Then you're going to start collecting money and you can scale like crazy. Now, the thing about this formula is that we're not going to guess. We're going to mind read. We're going to know what our community, they're going to tell us what it is they want us to do for them. 99% of the work of this formula will be on the hands of your expert. 90% of the profit will be for you. Guys, give me a big wow if that sounds interesting. Give me a big wow if that sounds interesting. If you would like a situation where you could get an expert, or if you are the expert, you could do this yourself, that's going to do 99% of the work. And I want to say something clearly here. I want you to understand this. This is the biggest takeaway that you will ever hear. If you understand the next point, you've got the keys to the kingdom, guys. This is so important. Experts know material. I have barely met an expert. In fact, I've never really met one that knows marketing. So I want you to understand this one more time. Experts know their stuff. They have no clue about marketing. They know nothing about what you already know. You can take that expert. You can just do what we're about to share with you. They will do all the work. You're simply just smoothing them and telling them what they need to do, and they will do the work because you'll be able to pay them. This is important. Experts are always looking to make more money, obviously. So if you could generate a couple of $1,000s for them without you, and none of these costs are upfront, it's all from profits. They will literally do anything. I've barely met an expert outside of marketing that would not want to make more money quickly, even if it was a couple of $1,000s. And that's why you can get them to do the vast majority of the work where you're going to keep the majority of the profits. Kendra, I'm going to give you examples of people I've helped that we've done exactly this, okay? So we're going to go through this step by step. I want you to understand that very important point. Now, let's just do this really quickly. Amazon, we're using this as an example because Roger and I are not experts in Amazon. We don't have marketing assets there. We don't have landing pages. We don't sell on Amazon. Roger has done a limited amount of sales on Amazon, but he's far from being an expert. So how on earth were we able to generate $1.3 million in this niche without being an expert ourselves? So I want you to understand this. Number one, you need to find an expert. If you're not an expert, find someone else that is. I'm going to hand this over to Roger in just a second. But guys, this is simple to solve. You see, Facebook here is going to be your best friend. There are so many experts in so many niches that are there to help you and will be happy to work with you. So Roger, can you just take the screen and just show people how easy it is in whatever niche it is that they may want to go into, how they can find experts. And perhaps you can just elaborate what I said before, how these are experts. They may be experts in their field, but they know nothing about marketing, which is why we're able to generate money for them whilst they do the majority of the work.
Right. So basically, when we first wanted to, start this product and project, Barry and I, we knew nothing about Amazon. Okay. And what I started to notice is that there are a lot of really smart people in a lot of different markets, either it be Amazon, photography. Let's say you want to start working in the dog training niche, dog trainers, things like that. So one of the best ways or best places to find actual experts is in groups, is in Facebook groups. So I just did a quick search in here for Amazon sellers. Okay. And you'll notice that there are multiple groups, okay? Tons and tons of groups. Now, Barry was talking about communities, and I want to make a little bit of a difference between the two. There are Facebook pages, okay, which are just like pages, that people are putting together. And then there are actual communities, people building actual communities and groups. What's cool about groups is that they grow virally, and they grow typically for free, for next to nothing. So when Barry talks about building a community, I want you to see that there are multiple large communities out there that have already been built. Okay, so here's an example. Look at this. I've got a group right here. It's called Amazon Sellers. 305 new members. This is in the last couple of days, and they're not spending any advertising dollars to do this. So this is a great example of how to build a great community. So I'm gonna go in there And how this happened was I basically put a post in here saying, hey, I'm looking for an Amazon expert. We want to interview someone either on a podcast or create a course or something like that. And I'm looking for someone who's, really selling a lot on Amazon. And immediately, within minutes, I had tons of experts reaching out to me and saying, hey, I'd love to help you. I'd love to work with you. If you're starting a podcast or if you're starting something, let me know. I want to help. And out of the blue, I literally had access to dozens of experts that were selling a ton of products on Amazon. So this is a trick, a secret that Barry and I have used time and time again to find some of the best experts and some of the biggest groups. And as you can see, there are many communities out there that you can tap into to find experts. Does this make sense? Give me a big yes in the chat box if you think that's a pretty cool trick. And it's pretty neat to be able to just tap in and find experts and be able to create products directly with people like that who are looking to do so in this business.
And
yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, just be clear, guys, even though this is an encore, we are live here. We can see you right now. Doug, Carrie, Jody, Lisa, Benjamin, Andrew, Kendra, Jennifer, Kwasi, Alex, etc. I can see everyone's going absolutely bonkers here, Roger.
Perfect.
Yeah. And this, guys, has solved your biggest problem. All right. And let me just ask you a very, very simple question. And Brett, if you can hand that back to me, I'd appreciate it so we can get it back to me. I'm not sure you can see. Can you see my screen now, Roger?
Not yet. No, not yet.
Okay, let me see. Brett, no one can see my screen. If you can just hand it back to me. It's being handed back to me now. You should be able to see my screen. Guys, look, here's the fact. I mean, can you do that? Guys, can you go onto Facebook and just do what Roger just shared with you? It's easy, right? Right? It's very, very, very simple. Everyone's saying, yes, you can do that. Okay. Again, just be careful, guys, because you need to make sure one thing, finding experts is easy. What you need to focus on is your marketplace. You need to focus on your community, which we're going to show you how to build. That's what you need to focus on. Because it's going to be so easy for you to, once you know and can mind read your audience, it's going to be very easy for you to be able to make sales. So at the end of the day, the only thing that really matters is, are you going to provide value, and do you trust that this expert will provide value? That's what I want you to focus on. Okay, this is so important. I want to make sure you get this. Just make sure that your expert really has the knowledge and that you're comfortable that they will provide value to your marketplace. Because the rest is easy, right? And that is something you need, and that is your responsibility. All right, problem number 2, you probably don't have a community. You want to go into whatever niche it is, you may not have a community. Well, we're going to show you how you later on in just a few minutes, how you can use a tool that's going to help you to radically bring down, not just bring down the investment. We're talking about bringing this down to a fraction. In just a few minutes, we're going to show you. It's going to allow you to create a hyper-engaged community just like that. So if you've never had a community before, I'm going to show you how to do it. And by the way, if you're interested in being able to do this quickly, even without a community, wait to the end. I'm going to show you how you can do this as well. But that is easy. We're going to show you that to you in just a couple of minutes. Because I want you to understand one further thing. This is the biggest hurdle of all. And that is, okay, I'm going in to whatever niche I want to go into. I don't know what to sell. I have no idea what product I'm going to create. So, and that's difficult. If you aren't a top marketing expert and you haven't spent a lot of time in that niche, how do you find out the hole in the market that's going to allow you, with your expert, to create something that people are going to jump all over? If you understand this one point, if you're able to understand the hole in the market, you'll be able to create something and make a lot of money. Guys, you understand the importance of that. I just want to make sure you've got this. I did tell you we're going to go through this step by step. So just give me I do in the chat box if you get this. I'm waiting for 500 I do's or I do nots. I'm just going to wait. Kathy, I can see, gets it. Carrie, of course, gets it. Jody's got it. Kendra's got it. Alex has got it. Alan, Henry, everyone's getting it. Okay, this is important. All right, so there are 2 options. As I pointed out, option number 1 is you're going to spend a ton of time in that market, understanding it, investigating, until you find the hole in the market. That can take months, if not years of research. Option number 2 is you can get your new community to tell you what they most want. What if you, instead of having to spend years investigating, you actually could create a community and then mind read what they most needed right now? So imagine you're going into any market, choose a market. Let's say we're going into the golfing market, and you've built this community that we're going to show you how to build. And you want to know what is their biggest issue right now. And they're going to tell you their biggest issue is putting for more than 6 yards. That's their problem, 6 meters, whatever you prefer. That is the hardest problem. They just can't putt from a certain distance. And you knew that was your issue. Do you think if you had an expert putter that could create and demonstrate how to putt from exactly what the audience was, do you understand why you would make a lot of sales? Give me a big yes in the chat box. If you could mind read your audience and you knew what they most wanted, do you understand why if you were to create that, you literally would be in the money? I want to see, how much would you want to have that information? If I could provide you with a mind reading tool, and I mean it, you're going to see it in just a couple of minutes, what would you do to get your hands on that? How excited would you be to be able to get your hands on that? Frederick is going absolutely bonkers. And when you have a light bulb moment, when you realize, what, I would be able to do that, I understand that would be the key to me to be able to build the business that I want, let us know. I'm waiting. As soon as you get a light bulb moment, let me know in the chat box. So problem number 3, I'm saying option number 2, I probably did not say, I'm not sure why it says option number 2. Option number 2, I want you to start imagining that you've got telepathic powers, that you know what your marketplace wants. So you know exactly what the expert should create. That is the key to knowing, and this is the key to scoring a home run every time you go into a market. Remember, we're not going to be guessing. Alex is having a light bulb moment. Carol's getting excited here. This is the key to being able to make money online without guessing, without having to learn a skill, without having to somehow force your way to success. This is a way that you can practically guarantee that you'll be successful because you're reading the minds of your audience. All right, now, up to now, we found experts as a piece of cake. It's a joke. And if any of you feel, I'm not sure if I'm going to find an expert, you want us to babysit you and force you to through your comfort zone, coming right up. Number 2, we know what people are going to want to purchase. And we know exactly what the marketplace wants. We've got an expert. What's the next step, guys? We now want to build a product. And guess what? This is a product you can sell and sell and sell. And we're going to give it a ton of value. So you can sell this at a higher end than anyone else in your marketplace because you're providing more value and you're going to help your marketplace to get results. Let me share with you. Here is your first online product. You're going to create it, or rather, your expert is going to create it in a couple of hours. You are simply going to facilitate and tell them what to do in terms of the outline. They go ahead and create it. This is going to be so quick fire. And we had a lot of questions about this yesterday, which is why I'm going to add this right now. This is all you need to do. Let's imagine we're in a market. Let's say we're in the weight loss market, and you've located that the biggest issues that people are having are how they can maintain a diet, how they can lose weight whilst eating cake, and how they can lose weight without having to work out for 45 minutes every single day of the week. Okay, let's just imagine those were the 3 big topics. We found an expert. Roger showed you how to do it. What you're going to tell that expert is we're going to create 3 recorded PowerPoint presentations, just like we got in front of you right now. Expert, I want you to create 3 PowerPoints, and then we're going to record you going through the topics. These are 3 topics on 3 different PowerPoints, which are going to make 3 modules of a single product. This is it. In module number 1, you're going to explain how people can lose weight and keep to their diet, even if they've never kept a diet in their life. In module number 2, you're going to show how people can lose weight whilst they're still eating normally and enjoying the finer things of life. And number 3, you're going to build another module that's going to do X, Y, or Z. Okay? Is that easy? Guys, give me a big yes in the chat box. If you think you could tell an expert, which by the way, it's going to, you're going to know exactly what the topic's going to be. Who thinks they can do that? Again, I'm not leaving here until we get 500 yeses. Mary can, Adam can, Alex, Ezzy can, Kathy can, Kawezi, Nancy, Benji, Jennifer, Lisa, Carrie, everyone's going bonkers here. Okay. Number 2, we're going to pad up this product a little bit. You're going to create audios, basically 30 seconds. You can take that PowerPoint presentation and then just turn it into an audio file. You can turn it into a PDF. You can get someone to transcribe it and turn it into a PDF. And now you've got what we call a multimedia product. That's it. Voila. I want to tell you something. Multimedia products, when you've got video, which is just a screenshot of a PowerPoint, you've got MP3s, which is just taking that and turning it into an audio. You've got PDFs. You basically have now got a multimedia product. And the beauty of that is that's a product you can sell at $197, $297, you name it. I'll give you an example. Joe, anyone, I'm not sure you guys remember Joe. He was a member of ours. He went off and made $100,000+ a month. This is a guy came to visit me because he was $500,000 to $1 million in debt. What was he building? He was building an ebook business. I don't know what overcame him, but I don't know what overcame his investors, but he was going to build an ebook business, helping people solve their problems. He couldn't make sales for anything. I said, Joe, you're making a mistake. Instead of selling ebooks, get the experts that wrote the ebooks and get them to create multimedia product. Just take the 3 biggest topics in the ebook, turn it into solutions of the 3 biggest problems their marketplace is facing. And instead of sending people ebooks for $5, sell them for $97 and $197, $297, and actually help people get a result. He did it within a couple of months. He was making tens of thousands. After 4 or 5 months of working with me, he was making over $100,000 every single month in profits, and it just grew out of proportion, right? Again, if you understand that, you've created a high-end product with no time. Remember, the expert's doing the expert stuff. You're just facilitating, all right? If this is exciting, please give me a big wow in the chat box or a light bulb when you're starting to see this all come together, all right? Just let us know. If there's something you don't understand, let me know. People are going absolutely berserk, Roger. So here is the killer plan. We're going to find an expert if you're not the expert. If you are the expert, we found them. It's you. We're going to find an expert. We're going to create a community. And then we're going to get that community to tell us exactly what they want. And guess what? We're going to create it. We're going to create it in 2 hours of work, of which we're just going to facilitate an expert that's going to do the work for us. Again, he or she will be doing the majority of the content, the work. And they're going to be taking a percentage of the profits. Joe was giving 10%. I'll be honest, I wrote 1% here. Joe was giving 10% of profits to his experts when he started out, and they were delighted. When he was starting to make a lot of money, he was just paying them for the hours they were working. So he would knock out from an expert, and he had plenty of them. He was making tens of thousands of dollars per month per expert. He was paying them $1,000, whatever it was, for a month's worth of work, and then he just automated the process and he didn't have to pay them again. But that is something you can decide. If you want to, you feel uncomfortable giving 1%, 5%, 10%, guess what? You can give 20%. That's up to you, but you don't need to give 50% because you are the one generating the money. Guys, I always give this example. Look at the record labels. In 99% of the cases, who's making more money? Is it the artist or is it the producer? Is it the person, the record label themselves? Who's making more money? The producer of the record, of the music, or the artist? Where's the money, guys? Is Apple making more money than the artists? Of course, it is the producers every single time. And this is almost every case. Look in Hollywood, it's the same thing as well. It is the industry, it is the people behind the films that are making a ton more money than the people in front of the cameras. Right? So you understand that point. This is you. You're no longer, you're just a facilitator. You're the producer, right? But again, it's simply by following a simple process. I'm just asking a very simple questions. I did tell you that no one will be left behind today. I'm going to do everything at least in my power to make sure that you won't be. But who's starting to see how this is fitting together? Could you imagine yourself actually doing this? Could you imagine building a 6-7 figure business where you don't have to guess at all? You don't need to produce the product at all. You don't need to do practically anything other than facilitate a very simple process that we have mastered at this point, right? And I want you to start thinking again, where is that niche that you want to go into? Where's your passion? Where's your dream? Where would you like to be? Is it health, relationships, money, marketing? Where do you want it? Again, the most important question is just making sure that you absolutely care about your clients, and therefore choose the right person to work with, because there'll be a lot of them that are going to want to work with you. That's the curse of knowledge, guys, because experts have no idea how to turn and convert their knowledge into online products. They have no idea. The most they will come up with is they'll write a book. That is the most. They don't know how to create products that people are going to want to purchase because they don't know how to mind read. They don't understand marketing. They have no clue. You are empowered. You are the one that will be generating the money for them. So if they can take their knowledge, and by the way, another point, most experts I've spoken to in all kinds of niches, their number one feeling, what they most want, is that the world should hear them, that they should get an audience, a community that they could share their knowledge with. That is really what's really motivating them. Of course, getting paid is something which is what many of them want, but it's not their primary goal. So if you can make money helping them achieve their goals of disseminating their knowledge to their marketplace, you are in business. All right, let's move on. Now, here's an optional step, which we mentioned yesterday. If you just want to go bonkers and just go super high end, it's so easy to do that as well. You don't need to do this. In fact, Joe was making over $100,000 a month just by selling products at $97, which was just what I told you what it is. He would simply get the expert to create modules based on the biggest issues that the marketplace was facing, and then he would supply that as the product, together with PDFs, which was just a transcription of their video, and audios, which was just the audio version of the video. That was it. If you want to go really high end, you can go with webinars. That's a great way of doing this. Any one of you, if you just want to just absolutely sell very high end, you can do this. And it's amazing working with webinars because you create amazing relationships with your marketplace if you want to. And the beauty of that is that you create such an amazing relationship. And what we have found, which is the biggest pleasure of all, is that you meet incredible people. When you do webinars and you have people that are there for 40, 50, 60 minutes with you, that get to know, like, and trust you, that join you on your journey, and you're going to help them to get where they want to get to, and you can actually help them get them there, that it's just incredible. Which is why Roger and I, despite all of our success outside of this, come back to this and do this as a matter of love. We love what we do. We love seeing our members getting results. We love even more. Don't get me wrong, we love our successful members, but we love even more members that have been digging and digging and digging, and then we show them that one idea that allows them to leave this blinkered vision and get a traction they've never had in their lives before. We love that. And I just want to let you know, when it comes to delivering webinars, I thought I was pretty good at them until Joe, he wanted to go higher end. And he asked me, I gave him a template. It's such an easy template, by the way. I gave it to him. He says, but I don't speak English. He really doesn't speak English. I said, well, you've got to find someone to deliver the webinar with your expert in order to do some sales. He says, but I only have in my office my secretary. So I said, just use your secretary. He did. The thing converted incredibly well. She was so wooden, more wooden than the table that I'm sitting in front of right now. I'm telling you, the delivery was awful. And yet he went on and made even more money doing this. So if you want to go high end, then you can go with webinars as well, but that is completely up to you. The beauty of webinars, as you know, is the relationships you build when you get your expert. I want you to think about this, by the way. Imagine your expert, and again, this is totally optional, but imagine your expert spending 60 minutes with your audience that you've created and has provided value, so that the audience gets to know, like, and love you for what it is that you're providing them. What you do is three things. You build a hyper-responsive list. You would become a leader in that market because very few people outside of internet marketing, very few people even know what a webinar looks like. And of course, you're going to be able to make a lot of sales as well. That is an option. Guys, I just want to understand. You're now building a business. You've chosen your niche. That's easy. I'm going to show you how to build a community and mind read in just a couple of minutes. That's easy. But now you have an option. Do you want to go super high end? Do you want to make a ton more sales and just facilitate the expert to create a webinar? You don't need to deliver it. The expert will. Would you want to add that into your plethora of expertise? Give me a yes or a no. I just want to understand where you are with this. I'm going to wait for 498. You know, I'm going to be kind here. 498 yeses or nos. Everyone's giving me a big yes. All right, guys, I want you to imagine that we're no longer, if you want to go that route, you can start, and this is so incredible. I'll give you a small example. We did a webinar in the Montessori niche. I don't know anything about Montessori, and last time I checked, Roger doesn't know a single thing. And we did this with Jo. Jo lives in Japan. She's not Japanese, her husband's Japanese. And because she couldn't find the right school in Japan for her kids, for their kids, she homeschooled them with Montessori, and she got very excited about this, very passionate about it, and she wanted to create a product in the Montessori world. Great. So I said, okay, I'm excited about that because I wanted to prove that you could do this anywhere. And I know Montessori is not like the sexiest thing in the world, right? So it's a form of education for those of you that don't know, homeschooling. And she said, there's one problem, Barry. The highest priced product in the marketplace is $17, 17. And I said, well, you know, it's not a big market. It's gonna be very hard for you to make a lot of money selling at $17. You need to sell at 97 or 197. She says, it's impossible. No one's ever done it. I said, Jo, follow this template. Just do it. She did it. She did it with her partner, and it's just ridiculous. That thing converted at something like 42%. I'm telling you, 42%. I've never seen a conversion like it. They just did it. I wasn't even there. I wasn't involved in it other than telling them follow this template. They asked me a question or two. I told them what to do. They just did it. 42%. I've never seen anything like it in niches that we're in. So guys, could you imagine if you could facilitate an expert to do that? Who is now getting super excited? Give me a big SE for super excited in the chat box. Michael Peel, it said his head is spinning. People going absolutely berserk here. And I understand why. Yes, Roger.
And let's try to help others as well. Be honest here with us, 100% honest. If you're feeling scared right now of this idea, and maybe you're just kind of scared of this whole webinar idea, how to set up a webinar and everything else, write down the word scared. We want to try to help you guys. We want to try to give you as much value here as we can. If this seems like it's really out of the realm for you, write down scared in the chat box, okay? And again, we want to let you guys know that this is not something that is difficult, especially if you're not the one who's going to be the expert. So, some people here are saying, yes, I feel scared. It's out of my circle. When you're getting into something like this, you are not the person who's going to be, presenting and bringing all this information forward if you're trying to find an expert. One of the things that Barry and I noticed with these types of webinars is that you don't have to be great. Barry and I have done, I don't know, probably 1,000 webinars in the last couple of years. So we're getting pretty good at this, but you don't have to be brilliant or great or absolutely amazing, right? You can just present the information as it is and help your expert. So, again, just wanted to throw that out there as well, Barry.
Let me ask you a different question, guys. Just for those of you, and we got the majority of people going bonkers, we got a small group of people that said they may be a little bit scared. What if I and Roger and I were babysitting you so that we tell you what messages to send out until you get responses from an expert, and when the expert responds, we're going to show you how to respond to that. Would that help you? Give me a big 1 if that would help problem number 1 with those of you who are scared. Okay, number 2, if we showed you how to read the mind of the marketplace, so you would be so empowered, you'd be freaking out of your chair because you'd say, what? I know what product to create? Would that give you a sense of OMG, give me a number 2. If that would take you a step further, that suddenly you'd say, what? I know something no one else knows. I've got a power. I'm empowered. I've got something no one else can do. I can read a marketplace, right? Do you understand how we're going to break this down? And number 3, what if you sat there with us and we helped you through this process until you got it? Who here would feel they've hit the promised land? In other words, you are no longer alone. Write PL. If you would feel, if we would be there for you, you would hit the promised land. I'm telling you, and I'm telling you one thing right now, and I think you're getting the idea about this, is that if Roger and I do something, and we're going to do a project, we will not fail. And right now, our project is to make sure that people that have been digging, like those digging for Californian gold, and were sitting there for 7, 8 years and got nowhere. And our project is to help those gold diggers to start making a lot of money selling shovels fast. And that is what we're going to be judged by, is the success of our members doing this. So if that gives you an incredible sense of not just hope, but confidence and passion and power and empowerment, give me a big me in the chat box in capital M and capital E if we're getting somewhere, especially those of you who said the word that I was scared. Who here is starting to feel empowered? People going crazy. All right, guys, this is just the beginning of the process. Let me just ask you, you can see the power of webinars, right? And you see the power of when you do provide what is what people want. People get to know, like, and trust you. Just be honest, we just use this as a test. Who's loving this presentation, right? I'm going to show you. If I said to you that Roger and I are going to sit there and literally force you through your comfort zones so you can get a result in live time, in front of us, start firing away and asking questions, and you had a way to read the mind of a marketplace without having to spend months or weeks or even hours of work. Who here would jump on such a program? Be honest. Say I in the chat box. If I could show you a way to be able to build 6 or 7 figure businesses quickly, and Roger and I would be there, that is something that would just, wow, I would want to be part of that. Be honest, right? Roger, have you seen anything like this? It's like 90% of people saying aye. That's the power of knowing what your marketplace wants. What you're feeling right now, I want you to start absorbing and start thinking about this is what your audience is going to feel like when you provide them a product that they want. All right, that feeling, that passion you've got right now of wow, forget it. That's just now. This is just the impetus. But I want you to have hundreds, if not thousands, of people that are doing the same wow to you. And that is why you want to be able to read the mind of your marketplace. So again, back to the plan. We're going to find an expert. We're going to build a community. We're going to get the community to tell us exactly what they want. We're going to get the expert to create whatever it is. We're going to build a product in 2 hours. We just facilitate it. The expert does the work. We're going to package it using what I shared with you before, videos, audios, PDFs. Takes literally for about $50. You can build an entire high-end program. And if you want to go very high-end, you can use webinars if you want to. That's up to you. You don't even need to go there. I see you guys are getting this. All right, now, there's only one thing that's going to hold you back from all this, guys. Would you agree, if you could build a community, and most importantly, once you start building that community, you could get that community to tell you what they most want you to create for them, so that you could literally, it'd be almost like looking into a crystal ball, so you could get your expert to build what it is the community wants. Do you agree that you would absolutely kill it? I'm just going to wait to see, make sure you guys get this. All right, I want you to look at what Roger's about to share with you. I'm waiting for 500 responses, guys. I want you to take a look at this and what Roger's going to share with you, because I want you to understand a transformation is about to occur. If someone asks you, what do you do? And you said, I've got an online business. I don't think you're going to be saying that after what Roger's going to share with you. If they say to you, or if you were to respond, I'm a marketer, you wouldn't be saying that. You're about to become an oracle. You're about to be able to read the minds of a marketplace. And Roger, I'm not sure, we may just have to disappear now if people aren't really wanting to see this. Who wants to see how you can read the minds of an entire community? Give me a big I in the chat box, the biggest I that you have given today. If you want to see this, if we don't get 500 eyes, Roger, I think you and I can each get an early bath and that's it. People going absolutely bananas. All right, Roger, why don't you show everyone how we create communities and how we read the minds of our community. This is, guys, you literally have to tie yourself in right now, because what you're about to see, and Roger, you able to take the screen, or do you need Brett to help you?
No, I should be fine here. Give me 1 second. All right. So the first thing I want to do, okay, Barry, is can I show people what an active community looks like? And here, I want to share with you guys a community that's doing over 7 figures a year, and this is just based on a community. Who wants to see an actual community in action? And I want to see if anyone would want to see what that looks like. Okay, like I just want to see if okay. All right, so here's a friend of mine. His name is Ryan Stewman. He's an old friend of mine online, and he has built this community, and they have over 53,000 salespeople in this Facebook group. Now, what's going on with Facebook right now, and here's a bit of an update. Facebook pages are not seeing much activity at all. So if you post something on your Facebook page, good luck if you get anything from it, okay? Nothing comes out of Facebook pages unless you start spending a lot of money. So that's an issue for anyone who's an expert or a consultant or whatever. So what's the other way of doing this where it's much more powerful? It's by creating a Facebook group, okay? By creating an actual group inside of Facebook where people ask to join the group, join the community. So Ryan's created this group. As you can see, like, he posts stuff and, you know, he gets tons of comments. And I mean, you would never get this kind of engagement, guys, out of a normal Facebook fan page. You would never get this kind of activity. Look at this. Like, he just posted this not even an hour ago. And comments are starting to fly in. People are flying in. It's a community. Someone needs help. They post in here, and tons of people start to post and stuff like that. It is a very rabid community. So what he does is he actually sells coaching programs. He also has programs that people are buying for like $1,000. He uses this page for live, Facebook live videos. He also does webinars from this page, gets people to sign up to their webinars. So this is an actual group and a community that's generating well over 7 figures for Ryan. Have you guys seen this group? Give me a big yes in the chat box if you've ever heard of Ryan Stewman, right? So, and people are saying yes. So this is one of the ways that people are taking these groups and creating massive communities around them. Now, here's the issue, okay? When you're trying to create a group or a community and you're trying to find out what the market really wants, there are issues that arise, okay? There are things that sort of happen, and this is very troublesome. So here's what's going on with Facebook right now. If you are creating a group and you're trying to promote the group, a group is a link, and Facebook hates links. It is not a fan of links. Anytime you have a link in a post, or anytime you're trying to change people and get them to go in another direction, they hate that. They absolutely hate that. But Facebook loves groups, and groups grow organically. So as members start to join the group, it tells their friends and their families, hey, John just joined this group. Do you want to join it as well? And it creates a massive community, okay? So how do you build a community if you can't really, post the link of your group, post the link of your website, post a link to your blog? You can't do anything like that. Well, what I want you to share with you is my comment link strategy, okay? Comment link strategy. How does that work? Well, the first thing that you want to do is get people to comment on a post that does not have any links attached to it. If you add a link to it, your cost goes up astronomically as you're doing Facebook ads, as you're trying to drive traffic through Facebook, okay? So how do you do this? Well, I'm gonna share with you a secret right now on how you can do this for very cheap. So let's set up the scenario. Let's say you're working with a photographer. He's an expert, and this photographer is really good at getting photographers to be booked. Booked for weddings, booked for events and things like that. And he wants to share with other photographers how to get more business. This is a great niche, guys. I was in this niche a long time ago. Ended up selling the group, the Facebook group that we did. So what I want you to understand is that you can do this in 2 steps. So the first step is to use one of our brand new pieces of software here, which is called the Facebook Comment Machine. What you do is you just go to Facebook accounts here and you connect your Facebook account, and then you click on, and I'm gonna log in because it logged me out. Oh, there we go. All right, let me log in here. All right, so you're gonna go into your campaigns, into our comment machine. You're gonna connect your Facebook account, and you're gonna click on campaign setup. You're then gonna go and pick your own Facebook account, and it's gonna ask you to select a Facebook fan page. So I'm gonna click select Facebook fan page, and I'm actually going to grab one of my old pages called Free Photography Giveaway, okay? And right here you see the page, and right here you see a post coming up, and you're gonna see all of our posts that are going to come up. So I'm gonna click on view on Facebook here to show you what this post looks like, okay? So let's just see, can you guys see that? All right, there we go. So I'm in the group right now, and if I go inside of the free photography group, here's what I can do. I can go here and say, write yes if you want to learn how to book more photography clients, okay? And I'm gonna upload a picture of something that has to do with photography, okay? So I'm gonna click the upload button, and I'm going to grab a screenshot of someone taking a picture. So you create a post inside of Facebook, you click publish, okay? And this is your page. This is super easy. Bear and I are gonna walk you guys through this. I'm gonna show you how to do this later on, but very simple. You create a Facebook group, and that's it. You're basically done. You don't even need to promote this right now. Once you've done this post, then here's where the magic happens. I can go in here, okay, and do a quick refresh, and that's gonna bring up this post, this photography post inside of this software called Comment Machine, okay? So what's going to happen is this, watch. This is gonna bring up a post. I'm gonna click select a post, okay? And this brings up this very cool little tool here that allows us to message people that actually comment on our page, okay? And it's got, so that it doesn't seem spammy to Facebook and stuff like that, it's got an algorithm that you can actually add multiple lines of text, and it's gonna jumble them up. So it's going to like seem very, very personal, like you're writing this stuff to this person. This is very ninja stuff. And this is the fastest way to grow organic groups right now. So here's what we're gonna do. As you can see, there are some salutations here. So hello, hi, I'm gonna remove this one. Okay, put how are you? And here it says, thank you so much for commenting on our post. I saw your comment on our post. I see that you made a comment on our post. And on this one here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write up 5 questions. And it says, what's your biggest issue when it comes to booking clients? Okay, and it's got 5 variations of how to do that, how to say that. So we're gonna copy those, I just wrote them out, and we're gonna paste them in here. And that is going to create an interval. So again, it's not gonna seem spammy to Facebook. It's gonna pick one of each and then message the people that are saying yes. If I just had a link in that Facebook post, guys, and I was trying to advertise it, my cost per, per link click and everything else would be very high. With this technique, it's going to be pennies on the dollar. You're going to be able to get photographers to say, hey, the reason I'm not booking as much is I don't know how to use Facebook ads, or I don't know how to set up a website, or I don't know how to approach different clients. So you're going to be able to mind read the market. And if you see that 40 photographers respond and they say, hey, I wish I could use Facebook ads, or I wish I knew how to set up a website, then you know what kind of product to promote. So let's do that. Let's hit save, okay? And it's gonna say campaign saved. And I'm gonna go back to the post here. And all I'm gonna do, it's pretty cool, is I'm going to comment on this post as Roger, okay? So I'm gonna go to this post and I'm gonna show you exactly how this powerful tool works, okay? So I'm gonna go here and I'm actually just gonna say, yes, people are gonna start commenting yes. As I put yes inside of this tool, it's actually going to send me a private message inside of Facebook right here, okay? So it sends me a private message and it says, hey, Roger, hey, how are you? Roger, thank you so much for commenting on our post. Let me ask you, what's your biggest issue when it comes to booking clients? And I will then reply as a photographer and say, hey, my biggest issue is Facebook. My biggest issue is, finding a website or setting up my website or closing clients. Give me a big wow in the chat box if you see how powerful this is, okay? How powerful is it to be able to generate leads like this, okay? And people are saying, well, I don't have a community, Roger. I don't have a group of 20,000 photographers. I don't know people who do photography. Well, very simple, guys. What you're going to do next is you're actually just going to go to Facebook. And again, we'll do some step-by-step on a later webinar, but you can just pretty much go in here and create a campaign. So I just want to show you how you can target photographers. So you would create basically a Facebook ad, and you're gonna literally be spending pennies. I mean pennies on the dollar in order to drive traffic. So let me open up one of the Facebook posts here so I can kind of show you who can guess how many photographers, actual photographers, that we can target on Facebook. Anyone have a guess? Let's see if anyone's even close to it, right? It's gonna blow your minds, okay? So I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna show you how many photographers are on Facebook. So give me one quick second here. And let's see if anyone can get anywhere close to the actual answers. What are some of the answers, Barry? It's a tough question. I mean, it's a really tough question.
5 million, 1 million, 500,000, some say 200,000, all kinds of answers.
Okay, so we're looking for actual like photographers, okay? So let me show you right now. So I'm gonna open up my Facebook. So again, this is going to be a lot cheaper, guys, than having to try to go in here and like set up a link and all of this kind of stuff. But as you can see, if I type in photographer, like, just go here and type in photographer. And in job title, there are over 2 million photographers that I can target right now. And for pennies on the dollar, I can get them to give me their biggest problem or biggest issue ever, okay? So give me a big wow in the chat box if you understand how you can take this post, advertise it for pennies, and get tons of photographers to say, yeah, here's my biggest issue. And I don't know what their biggest issue is. The only way to know is to basically, again, just ask. And then they're gonna start sending you messages, and it's very, very powerful. So next, I'm gonna ask you this question. Who would like to see the fastest and cheapest way to build a Facebook group, a community of buyers, people that are willing to buy any type of product or service that you might be selling, or of an expert that maybe an expert that you will be working with, okay? All right, so we need to go back to our problem. We have a big problem here, okay? Very, very big problem with Facebook, okay? So Facebook really, really hates anything that has to do with disruption, traffic disruption. So what do I mean by that? Well, if you're trying to disrupt, the flow of Facebook. So if you put a link, if you go and try to advertise to photographers and say, hey, photographers, join our Facebook group, click here to join our group, it's going to be very expensive to build your community. So we use our comment system to build a community. And let me show you how to do that right now. So what you're going to do is you're going to do the same process. You're going to create a post, okay? It's going to be on a blank Facebook. You don't even need to have a big, like a massive community. You can start fresh with absolutely no one in the group, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to do this. You're going to create a post here that says, do you want to book more clients? Okay, write yes if you do below, okay? So instead of putting a link and that costing you an arm and a leg, we're just gonna get them to comment. And what happens with commenting is things have a larger probability of going viral, okay? A much larger probability of going viral. So here's how this works. You hit publish, create your post, and then we go back to our comment machine, okay? Inside of comment machine, I'm just gonna do a quick refresh here so we can grab our brand new post, okay? And here's what we're gonna do. Instead of delivering the link directly to our user, okay? Instead of just saying, hey, here's the link to join our group, we're actually gonna send them the link by Messenger. So here's how this works. We're gonna select our post, okay? As you can see right now, we've got all our salutations, which you can change around. And I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna grab, this is an example here where it says, join us in our private photography group, okay? And you can say to learn how to close more clients, okay? So this is a quick example where you're just gonna copy and paste that right in here, okay? And you're going to hit, I'm gonna hit preview so you can see. Hola, John. Let's say you have Hola in there. I noticed you commented on our Facebook post, join our massive private photography group, and then there's a link that's gonna be delivered to them, which is a link that goes directly to the photography group. And that's how you build a massive community. As people are writing yes on the chat box, not on the chat box, but on the Facebook post, what's going to happen is their photography friends are going to see that, hey, John just wrote yes on there. I want to see what this is about too. And your post is going to go viral. Images go viral. Images go viral, not links. If you guys can understand that, this is where the money is going to happen for you. Give me a big OMG in the chat box if you understand this. And imagine bringing this to an expert, guys, and saying, hey, I'm gonna build out a massive community. We're gonna sell a ton of products together. All you need to do is provide a lot of great content, and you can do this. So guys, this is very, very easy stuff, and it's very powerful stuff. And I wish we had a couple more hours so I could show you how to put it all together, but I hope you guys got the idea here, Barry.
People are getting it. And just think again, Roger, the power, guys, you are now empowered, because now you can mind read any audience, any sort of community that you want to go into. Brett, if you can hand it over to me, please. Not only are you going to mind read, but now because you can do this and you can find out what people want, you now are empowered to reach out to experts. And imagine being able to make money helping people, providing value to people, solving problems that perhaps you would like to solve yourself. And Brett, I still don't have the presentation. Imagine what that would do for you, and the feeling that you'd have that you can actually build a business around your passion, which is the beauty of this. And what happens when you're able to do that is that you're going to put more energy into this. And I know the key to your success is traction, getting a fast result. We're going to solve that once and for all in just a second. So again, you're now an oracle, because you can build massive communities. You're going to know what they want, because they're going to tell you, and you're going to get an expert to create it as well. People going absolutely bonkers. you've got in your hands. You are now empowered. You've got experts in your hand. They will jump at being able to disseminate the information to a massive community. You know how to do that. And you know what? If you're still a little bit not sure about it, we can be there and force you to build that community. You have products are going to sell like crazy because you know what the community wants. You've got a way to build those products in 2 hours flat because you've got an expert that will do it for you. You've got that community that allows it all to come together, and they're going to tell you exactly what they want. Now, here's something just crazy, guys. I just want to share with you. You can do this anywhere that you want. And if you're an expert yourself, you can propel yourself forward in any shape or form. You can do this as well as doing this for other people. So if you're a realtor or an artist or a professional in mental health, physical health, working out, whatever it is, you got a passion, a hobby, and you want to be front and center, you decided maybe you do this stage number 2. Once you make fast money with someone else, you may decide, you know what? Now is my opportunity to really make a difference to the world and empower myself in this world and leave something to the world that is something that's really worthwhile that I always wanted to share with other people. You can do that as well. And you can use this exact formula to build products, create communities, and become a leader in your market and make money. And again, that's not the purpose. It shouldn't be your direct focus. Your focus is to provide value. And if you do that, you'll be able to cash in big time. If you want something more exciting, guys, this is what's about to happen. We are going to literally, over 2 straight virtual days, are going to sit with you and help you through the entire process. Imagine if we showed you how to reach out to experts in a way that you'll be able to do it in live time and then shoot out and say, Barry, Roger, I'm getting this response. What if we spent 2 entire days with you so that you'll be able to shoot out to experts and then get back to us and say, Roger, the expert said X, how would you respond? This is live time. Imagine if we could start analyzing a marketplace in live time so we can find out exactly what that marketplace wants. So you can discover exactly what we need to build. So you can tell the expert exactly the nature of the product that needs to be built. Imagine if you could be able to build that community and watch us do it in live time so you could at the same time apply it. So it's no more of, oh, I'm scared, but rather, oh, you did this, I'm going to do that. You did that in Facebook, now I'm going to do that in Facebook. What if I spent 16 hours, Roger and I, with you and forced you through the entire process? If you are having puppies and are excited, write OMG in the chat box. Otherwise, Roger and I, we're going to take an early bath, right? Nancy is having puppies. Lisa is having puppies. OMG, says Carol, says Susan, says Andrew, says Lloyd, says Jody. People going bonkers. Benjamin, Enid, Kendra, people going absolutely bonkers. Well, for the first time, that's exactly what we're going to do. This will be like a $10,000 mastermind. Only, this is not even a mastermind. This is a boot camp, a virtual boot camp from the confines of your home. You will no longer be shoveling for gold. You're going to be selling shovels, and guess what? You don't even have to do the selling. You simply have got the template that you will allow the expert to use and apply. Now, we've done this in so many markets. I've given a bunch of examples during today, from Montessori to IM to local to advocacy groups, charitable organizations. We've done this for anyone and everyone. We did this for a charity. Roger and I generated tens of thousands of dollars for a charity. Yes, a charity. In fact, I met Mike. You know Mike Zoomaran? I met him. He was working for that charity. And he found out about us because he found out that we were the people behind. He was working for this charity. And then this charity that was like begging people for money, suddenly I went up to that charity and said, hey, you've got a bit of a Facebook group. Why don't we go and make you some money instead of asking people for money? I said, what are you talking about? We're a charity. We can't generate money. I said, give me 2 days. We'll do it. Roger and I, how long, Roger, did we spend on that particular idea? We simply did a little survey, exactly what we found out what the marketplace wanted, and then we just created it. How did that take us? Was that 2 days? Or we do it like 3 days? Do you remember?
Yeah, it wasn't long at all. Absolutely. It was like 2 days maybe.
And we generated, guys, we didn't even sell it as a 97. We sold it as a 47 a month. I want to tell you something. Mike was working for that charity. He left a year later. He told us that they had almost like 80% people were still paying like $47 a month like a year later. They were catching in like, I don't know how many, it must be close to 6 figures from literally an hour or two work that we did on their behalf over a period of a couple of days. It was insane. You can do this in any niche that you want. And I'm so happy to, this format has changed everything for us. I mean, Roger and I don't need to go into any detail about this, but I was in a lot of debt before Jay told me that, my goodness, that's my wife in the picture, but I was in a lot of debt before Jay told me, stop it, stop digging and becoming an expert, sell shovels. And that's what changed absolutely everything for me. So if you've had a hard time in your career digging for gold, like all those gold rush diggers in 1848, why not make a fortune selling the shovels? It's faster, easier. Anyone can do it. Just work with someone else who's an expert. I'm sure you guys are completely blown away by this. And I almost forgot, and I didn't even mention this yesterday. Who here would like to start making a ton of money with this using the machine that Roger just shared with you? And even if you didn't have an expert, you didn't have a product, you had nothing, you wanted to make money out of thin air starting in the next 24 hours. I can see people going absolutely bonkers. Yes. All right, guys, this is just an additional thing. If you can read the mind of an audience, imagine, and if you had a tool that could generate a community and tell businesses about what they most want in order from that business. Businesses need leads. You have a way that you can generate for any business leads on demand, and you can create hyper engaged leads that exactly are dedicated to what that business wants, literally just like that, using the comment machine that Roger shared with you before. And the thing is that businesses spend a fortune on those leads, right? And nothing will compare to these leads that are this targeted. Roger, just very brief, because people just understand what happened yesterday. We've only got a few seats left. People going bonkers here. But Roger, just in a couple of seconds, encapsulate businesses. What are they willing to pay for leads? And now that you are empowered, you can create engagement within their communities. What is the value of that to businesses, and how much money can you generate from that?
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely invaluable. I've been working with tons of different markets in the last couple of years, real estate being a big one. Some of my closest friends are realtors, and, they will easily pay $40, $50, $60 a lead all day.
And that's what they're doing. That's what these are doing. So even if you'd be incredibly conservative, imagine if you could generate $10 to $40 a lead, and these businesses, they want leads all day long, every day. You could generate $10, $40 leads for a penny cost. So can you imagine, even if you only were to provide them with one lead a day, I mean, you'll be making, let's say on average, it's $30 for a lead. You could be generating $1,000 a client per month at penny costs. Guys, are you getting this? This is just an additional element I'm just throwing in. That if you just want to just make money out of thin air, you are now a lead generation expert and community builder, getting incredible responses from that community and finding out what that community most wants. Lisa is going crazy. Guys, we invite you, and we've only got a few spots left. If you know, we didn't even do any sort of encore yesterday. This is a one-off encore. This is that we've done live for you right now for our Oracle Experts Academy. This is for someone that has not had success or has had success and wants to generate fast results, building a community, engaging a community, finding out what it wants, and then being able to create products in 2 hours flat for that community. You're going to get access to that Comment King that Roger shared before. That's going to help you build community, hyper engage that community, and find out what that community most wants. When you know that, you can basically, you don't have to guess about making money. You know exactly what product to create. You're getting access. And this is going to be the game changer for anyone that joins us. A live 2-day virtual event with Roger, Mike, and I. Imagine 8 hours a day. We're not going to tell you what you need to do. You're going to be sitting there, reaching out to experts, setting up your community, finding out what that community most wants. We're going to be sharing with you step by step what you should be doing. It's a virtual boot camp, and we're going to be there forcing you through the entire process. It's going to be incredible. This is like a $10,000 mastermind in your living room whilst we are sitting over you, forcing you through the process. You'll be able to copy and deploy what we're telling you what you should be doing in live time. I don't care if you're not an expert in any market, you don't have marketing assets, any relation, I don't care where you're starting. We're going to walk you through the process. So you're going to find the right niche. If you don't have a niche, we're going to force you. You're going to come and join us. First thing is we're going to force you through that niche. Number two, we're going to build a community and lifestyle, show you how to do that. Number three, we're going to show you how to get them to tell you exactly what they want with the comment king that Roger shared with you before. You're going to close an expert in lifetime. You've got questions from your live experience. You just let us know. There's going to be a lot of interaction. We're going to do hot seats. This is going to be a very, very powerful 2 days with Roger. We're going to show you how to build a product. You're going to be building products, the structure of the products in lifetime. So by the end of those 2 days, you're going to have your market, you're going to have your experts, you're going to have your product already set up. You know exactly the structure of what that product should be, and you're going to be knowing how to build that community and finding out and mind reading that community so you have everything in place. It's a business in a box, in 2 straight days. Can you imagine being able to build an entire business in 2 straight days? Plus, we've got a lot of step-by-step training in a members area. So if you ever want to refer back to it, you're not sure about a detail, it's going to be there. We've got recordings of the event that will be added as well. Plus, we got a very special mega bonus. If you want to become the expert, we've got additional training showing you how you can turn yourself into the expert. And for those of you who want to make quick money fast, we've got a local marketing system built in that also has a landing page system. This is only if you want to do that. You don't need to, but it's going to allow you to be able not just to build communities, but also to provide services for local businesses and make money fast. That is an additional bonus for those of you that want to be part of it. I can see Josephine has already joined. I don't know how you got the link, but Josephine is already in. We've got a couple of spots. Guys, please be ready. During the 2-day mastermind, we're also going to be inviting a very special guest. This is a guy who's done $1 billion of Facebook marketing. He's going to be joining us as well. It's ridiculous what we had to do to get this guy to join us for this, but we told him about our audience, about our members, their success, the extraordinary success our members have had in the past, and what we're doing this time. He got very, very excited. There's nothing that experts more want than to share information. Even someone that has done $1 billion in advertising would be delighted to share this content with you. And you are going to find experts that are going to want to share their content with your community. This is going to be a very special additional guest. So you're getting everything. You've got the software, the mind reading Oracle software that Roger shared with you, the 2-day live event. This is a live virtual event from the confines of your living room. This is so exciting, step-by-step, hand-holding. I can't tell you what it's like to spend 2 days immersed and just getting your business up and running. This is not theoretical, guys. That's a boot camp. You become the expert system if that is what you'd like to do, if you would like to become the expert. Some of you would rather wait and do that later. You've got fast start training, plus local marketing, fortunes revealed as well for those who want to go off to local marketing. That's a bonus if you want to go. They're going to meet $1 billion Facebook genius and a ton of hand-holding. It's almost $14,000 of value. Now, guys, you've got 2 options, and platinum is limited. At gold, you get access to the 2-day live event. You've got a hand-holding from Michal and fast start training. That's just $697. If you want to build a business fast, you want to do it in 2 days straight, go for platinum. Because on top of everything you get in gold, you're also getting the Oracle automation machine that's going to provide you with a mind reading service so you know what you should be creating. It's going to help you with community building. You've also got additional bonuses as well as the local marketing for those of you who are interested. There's a ton of value, and get ready for the 2-day live event Wednesday and Thursday next week. This will go fast, guys. We've got 34 spots left, and we're expecting this to go very quickly. I don't even think we're going to be able to even do another encore if those of you are about to ask that question. So this is it. Get ready. Here's the link. It's Oracle, ACY. Oracle, ACY for Academy. Oracle, ACY see why. Join us. We've got 34 spots left. As soon as you have joined, tell us in the chat box. You need to go fast because this will be swallowed up quickly. Join us. Tell us as soon as you've joined in the chat box, as soon as you have joined. Josephine,